Hola, soy la señora Taylor-Román, and this is a lesson on verb GUSTAR when we use it with plural nouns. As you may remember, the verb gustar is a very unique verb in Spanish. Let's see why. It really means to be pleasing, although we translate it as to like. It is used with indirect object pronouns, which are me, te, le, nos, os, and les. And it also uses redundant indirect object pronouns, which are like a mí, a ti, a usted, etc. Let's look at some examples. A mí me gusta bailar. A mí is the redundant indirect object pronoun. Me is the indirect object pronoun. Then we have the verb gustar plus an infinitive, bailar. Remember that an infinitive is any verb in Spanish that ends in AR, ER, or IR. And so what does a mí me gusta bailar mean? Yes, it means I like to dance. The next example says, a mis amigos y a mí nos gusta comer pizza. So what does it mean? Yes, my friends and I like to eat pizza. And as you can see again, we have the redundant part, a mis amigos y a mí. We have the indirect object pronoun nos, the verb gusta, and an infinitive. Our last example here says, a Felipe no le gusta hacer la tarea. And it means Felipe does not like to do homework. Again, we have the redundant part, a Felipe. We have our indirect object pronoun le, the verb gusta, and an infinitive, hacer. As you can see, the word no, or the negative word, goes between the redundant indirect object pronoun and the indirect object pronoun. Let's review the gustar conjugations. Please repeat after me. A mí me gusta. A mí me gustan. A ti te gusta. A ti te gustan. A usted le gusta. A usted le gustan. A él le gusta. A él le gustan. A ella le gusta. A ella le gustan. A nosotros nos gusta. A nosotros nos gustan. A vosotros os gusta. A vosotros os gustan. A ustedes les gusta. A ustedes les gustan. A ellos les gusta. A ellos les gustan. A ellas les gusta. A ellas les gustan. Muy bien. And as you can see, gusta and gustan is used throughout the 6 boxes in the conjugation chart. That makes it different from the other verbs we've learned before. They have a different form in each of the boxes. As you can see, what makes gustar unique is the use of redundant indirect object pronouns and indirect object pronouns at the beginning of the conjugation. So this is the part that changes. A mí me, a ti te, a usted le, a ustedes les, and so on. Now, what is the difference between gusta and gustan? If we look at our conjugation chart, we have 2 choices in each of the boxes, gusta and gustan, gusta and gustan. So what are their differences? With verb gustar, you will only use the third singular and the third plural. The third singular is the verb gusta, and it is used with an infinitive or with a singular noun. The third plural form of gustar is gustan, and is used only with a plural noun. Now you see the difference. Gusta is used with an infinitive, which is a verb that ends in AR, ER, or IR, or a singular noun, and gustan is used with a plural noun. Let's look at some examples. First, with gusta. A mí me gusta la sopa. I like soup. And you see, la sopa, it's a singular noun. Because it is a singular noun, I use the word gusta. The next example says, a Felipe no le gusta el huevo. Because el huevo, egg, is a singular word, I use the form gusta. And our next example says, a las chicas les gusta el desayuno. What does that sentence mean? Yes, the girls like breakfast. And because breakfast is a singular word in Spanish, we're going to use the singular form of gustar, which is gusta. Notice that it has nothing to do with the subject. The subject is plural, but because what you like or what is pleasing to you is singular, we use the singular form of gustar. Now let's look at some examples with gustan, which is the plural form of gustar. And I say, a mí me gustan las frutas. I like fruits. And again, las frutas is a plural noun. You can see it ends in S. So it's a plural noun in Spanish, and therefore I'm using gustan. Again, notice that even though a mí me, it's I like, and I am a singular noun, what matters is what comes afterwards. And because this is plural, I'm going to be using gustan. A Miguel le gustan las uvas. Las uvas, it's plural, so I use gustan. Miguel likes grapes. A ustedes les gustan los refrescos. You all like soft drinks. Soft drinks is plural, so I used gustan. Well, that's it for the lesson. Watch the second video to practice using the verb gustar, translating sentences from English to Spanish. And I'll see you later. Adios.